All right, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome into the end of the week edition. Hope everyone's had a good week. If you are returning to the training and you've had Dubb for a while, if you don't mind putting a two in the chat. And if you are new to Dubb, if you can put a one in the chat with your industry, that would be great. Whether you're on a free trial, whether maybe you just jumped on a paid plan, but you're new and you're still kind of making your way through everything, a one in the chat would be awesome, and then a two if you're returning, which would be great. And obviously, I see a bunch of returners in here, but ones would be cool to meet the new folks. Um, okay, Dave. Looks like you're in advertising. Let me come over to you, Dave. If you would like to say hello, you can unmute and say hi if you'd like to, if you want to, or you can say hi in the chat. Hey, Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to meet you.
Nice to be met. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So, what kind of brings you our way?
Trying to stand out in a saturated crowd
Okay.
uh, for prospecting.
Yep. Yep. And then do you do LinkedIn prospecting, email lists, social posting? What's kind of your outreach there?
Most of it is social posting and email.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then do you do cold email, or are they warm, or what does the email look like?
A little bit of both, I would say.
Okay.
But the big challenge is I work in rural America. I'm not in the big
Mm.
cities. I'm in the very small towns.
Mm. Hey, small towns though have really nice visuals though, from video perspective. You could do some kind of cool stuff. Um,
Absolutely.
do you have a lot of local clients that you're there?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there's a cool little feature on the mobile app that you could use. Are there any cold businesses you're still reaching, or are they pretty much just warm and then referrals locally?
No, there definitely would be cold, and actually, that's where I want the Dubb to excel.
Yeah,
Is to get their attention so I
sure.
can add them to my client list because the ones
Yeah.
that know me, I have no problem getting opens there, of course.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, when I go through this, when we're going through so the training goes through the basics. I'll say, okay, these are the different ways to record. Here's kind of some strategy stuff. But when it comes to the local stuff that you're talking about, there's a little feature on the mobile app that I'm going to mention when I show it to be kind of a cool thing that you could use.
Oh, that'd be great. And
Yeah.
this webinar is recorded as well.
Yeah. It's going to be on our YouTube supports, which usually up there within usually a couple hours, and I'll drop the link in the chat. It's our Dubb support on YouTube, but I'll put it in here. I'll drop it in here right now for you.
Great. Well, I'll watch it live and then I'll repeat it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, that's exactly how that's what people do. They come back in and say, "Hey, wait, how do I do that thing? Oh, wait, I want to go back over here and check this out." So, absolutely. Cool.
Excellent.
Well,
Thank
good
you
to
very
meet you,
much.
Dave.
Yep.
Thanks. Okay, so I dropped that link in the chat for everybody. That's our YouTube support that we were just talking about there. And let me just see, I saw some other ones in here. I saw Rick. Looks like you're a business coach, Rick. If you want to say hello, let me pop over to you, Rick. Let me find you in our list here. Looks like you're on two things here. Rick, if you can hear me okay. If you want to say hello, you can unmute yourself if you want to, Rick. I think you're joined
Yeah,
on
hello.
devices. Hey,
Hello.
Rick.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, equal.
So what kind of brings you our way? Looks like you're a business coach. You reaching out to folks on LinkedIn, or what's kind of your outreach plan?
Well, right now I'm not. I'm doing local face-to-face through BNI group,
Oh,
through a
nice.
BNI group. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And my coach is getting me set up to, and I am active on LinkedIn, but I'm not using LinkedIn right now for leads.
Got it.
But I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Once I fill my schedule up with physical one-on-ones,
Yeah.
then the strategy is I'm going to go after roofing companies on
Okay.
LinkedIn. And so my coach said, Dubb is where you want to host your videos. And so yeah, it's not for right now, but it's something that I need to learn how to use.
Yeah, the biggest thing when it comes to delivery, and I'll show this in a second, but the way people used to share videos was, just dropping links. Here's a YouTube link, a Vimeo link, whatever. The cool thing about Dubb is it's just got a really nice delivery with the landing page and everything, and it's very smooth. So it's a very when someone gets a video like I'm going to show in a little bit, it's a non-disruptive kind of thing that they're able to, use. It's pretty cool. So just from a delivery standpoint, but the visuals and the hook, which I'm going to talk about in a second, that's really the most important part.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you have any questions, Rick, pop them in the chat as we kind of move along. And then, like I said, this will be on YouTube in a couple hours and just go back and watch those parts that are important.
Okay.
Cool. Good to meet you, Rick.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah. And then I think I saw one other one in there. Ellie, it looks like you're in insurance. Ellie Johnson, let me pop over to you. Let me find you in our list here. Let's see. There you are. Uh, hey, Ellie, if you can hear me okay. If you want to say hello, feel free to unmute if you'd like to. If not, you can say hi in the chat if you're busy on your side.
Oh, hey everyone.
Good to meet you.
Same, definitely.
So insurance, so your folks, do they fill out a form to meet with you, or are they warm, cold? How do you kind of get your clients coming in?
Well, uh, generally I'm an inbound salesperson, so I am just looking to figure out how introverted me
Hmm.
is going to reach out to people nowadays.
Yeah. You know,
That's it. And I didn't expect to speak either, so
hey, listen, see what you're already doing it. See, I think the biggest thing is, especially with video coaching that we've done over the years. I think we live in a time now where I mean, social media has really helped with this, but I think we're so used to seeing someone talking to us, like almost all the time, like everywhere. So I think people almost have like maybe a subconscious kind of almost expectation that the person they're going to work with, they want to like see them and hear them, even though they may
yes.
not be in the forefront of what they're thinking. But when it comes to being kind of introverted and like, oh man, this video thing, I have to do this video thing, is I think if you look at it from a perspective of it's just a conjuncted conversation is really what it is. It's almost like when you look at theater and film, like when in theater, when you're performing in front of an audience, they're physically right there in front of you. And if you meet with a client in person, they're physically right there in front of you. But from like a film perspective, when you record a film, you're getting different parts of it. It's like surgery and then it gets sent out. With this kind of stuff, it's just you're kind of lobbying, you know, something to them and then they respond back with a nice Zoom meeting, hopefully, or an in-person meeting. So I think if you really focus on that person and why you're reaching out, with practice, it just becomes easier to just be yourself and provide the information that's needed. A lot of the times, it's just a nice little quick hello video, just where you wanted to say hi. Goes a long way because a lot of people, don't do that, right? If you get a bunch of
Okay.
yeah, competition, you're the one saying a nice smile and hello. I mean, that's pretty cool. If you end up doing more detailed videos where maybe you're walking, through someone a certain kind of insurance and you're in a little bubble and you're on a page kind of explaining something, you eventually get there. But, you know, when you're in a bubble, which I'll show in a little bit, and if you're explaining something on a screen, it kind of takes a little bit of pressure off you because you're explaining something they're going to be looking at. Do you know what I mean? You're more like the guide,
Yes.
you're not the main show. So there are ways to do that. You can use avatars as well. There's all kinds of other ways. You can just do an audio walkthrough of things. But when you first meet somebody, especially with these industries that use Dubb, like insurance, mortgage, coaching, real estate, it's such a relationship business that once you start doing it, I think you'll be more comfortable with it. And you can always send if you want to. I always tell everybody this, like we have an email called feedback@Dubb. I'll put it in here right now. And I've worked with people over the years that or maybe didn't want to be on camera or whatever. So if you want to send me something, I can always review it and you and I can meet and there's some practice things that you can do. So
All right. Well, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate it.
yeah, of course. And it was good to meet you.
Nice meeting you as well. Have a great day, guys.
Okay, so let's begin. Let me share my screen here and let's pop in and let's see what we got going on in terms of what we're going to be learning today, all about Dubb. All right, so let me share my screen here and here we go. Okay, so when we think about Dubb in general, just from a perspective of what does someone see when you send them this video? So the big thing we want to focus on is here, let me just do this really quick. Hold on. All right, here we go. We want to focus on what the delivery is. So someone gets this Dubb email or SMS, or you send someone a Dubb video. It's going to be a 3-second preview, an animated GIF that they get. So when you hit record with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is going to repeat, and it's going to just keep doing that until you click on it. So we want to make the first 3 seconds as interesting as we can, with as much context as we can, with a good hook. So as you can see in this example right here, it says, "What's your hook?" So we want to figure that out first before we decide what kind of video we want to record. So the way that we've done it on our side, and we recommend that people do it as well, that if you have an AI like a ChatGPT, a Grok, a Gemini, a Claude, whatever it is, if you're using within the Dubb dashboard, if you're using Auto, which is our little AI guide right inside here with a little robot face here at the top, what you want to do is educate the AI on your industry. Say, hey, look, this is my industry. This is my ICP, my ideal client profile. This is why I'm reaching out to this person or this group. And this is what I want to convey for a message. And this is the action I would like them to take. So once you explain that to the AI, it's like, okay, cool, taking in the information. And then you want to say, look, this is what I need. I need a list of about 20 to 30 3 to 5 word hooks that I can use that's going to get someone to want to click on these videos. So it'll create that list of those 20 to 30, 3 to 5 word hooks. Give them a human pass, see which ones you like. Tell the AI, listen, I want this a little punchier, a little wittier. Make the adjustments. Find the ones that you like. And then you can apply them on the videos that you're recording because you have your hook now. So now the reason I said 3 to 5 words is because this little whiteboard that I'm holding up, and I'll explain this in a second, it's about 30 something characters, 3 to 5 words. It's pretty good, nice and punchy. And then up here in the subject line, 3 to 5 words works pretty good too. So once you have this, then you're like, okay, what kind of video am I going to record now? So this kind of video right here is a webcam video. So inside the Dubb website, recorded with the basic webcam, I have the Dubb mobile app on my phone. And the Dubb mobile app has a whiteboard feature where you can type. And that's all I'm doing right here is typing that hook. The last part of it is the animated movement of those 3 seconds. A little point, a little wave, a little smile goes a long way. And this is probably the most direct way you can communicate information right here on the whiteboard, just like that. Now, from this as well, you also can do a virtual background. So I can pop a virtual background behind me. So if I would like to have someone's profile, property and real estate, market update, screenshot of an action, article I want to share, website, whatever it is, that can be a hook and give context as well if you're not holding up the whiteboard. So that's just a visual option. Now, you also can do a combination of both of these things. I can have a virtual background behind me, and I can hold up that hook as well. You can do the same thing with properties and real estate. It works really well for real estate because you can have a property behind you like this, and then have the property address right there, or have a fun fact about the property. So it's either the whiteboard by itself, virtual by itself, or do a combination of both. It's really kind of your creative choice in terms of what you want to do, but really cool visual for someone to see, and they get that messaging right there. Now you also can do a screen recording. So this right here was done with the Dubb Chrome extension, which is a browser-based screen recorder. You can see the Dubb little button right up here at the top of the browser, little Dubb button there. I got that because I Googled Dubb Chrome extension. It's a 3-step process to pin it up here at the top, and then I can record anything within my browser. Any website I want to be on top of, I can put myself in a bubble and physically walk someone through visually something. So if you could want to walk someone through a market update, a website, all that stuff within the browser we talked about, you can do that right here. Now you'll notice I have annotations pointing towards the bubble. You can add that if you want to. And then I'm also holding up that whiteboard again with that hook because we know it's a market update here, but there's been a big change in the market. So think about that secondary messaging hook inside the bubble. That's pretty cool. Now, if I didn't have that, that's great too. I could point up at the title, do one of these. That works. But why not give a little additional information? Kind of like the headline within the headline. And you're able to do that. Now, we also have a Dubb desktop app. So the desktop app is a different kind of screen recorder. Here, there we go. It's a different kind of screen recorder. So the one I just mentioned was browser based. This one's like a drone that can fly over the top of everything on your computer. So it can go on top of the browser, but it can also go on top of documents, videos, slide decks, whatever you got. It also has the ability to crop in closer. Like you can see right here, I pulled up a site, but I'm cropped in closer to something. It's got some other cool functions too. So when you see the Dubb Chrome extension and the desktop app next to each other, you can see the similarities and differences, which I'll show in a little bit. But they both record your screen. Now you also have the ability to use the mobile app. The mobile app has the power to use the virtual background and put text on the screen. So just like the webcam, like we were doing before, you can have virtual behind you, have a little hook typed in right there. You also can just take the hook and just type it and put it above your head, below, wherever you want to put it, different color, font, size, all the same idea. You know, the webcam, we were holding up the whiteboard, but this is the same concept. You're just recording from your mobile and you're typing it instead of holding something up. You also have this little function right here, which is pretty cool. This is the picture in picture on the mobile app. Really, really good for property walkthroughs and real estate. But this is what I was mentioning at the top when I was talking about if you have local clients, like if say like you want to go into a local business, right? You could take a cool video of the business of you outside of it, record a quick video, and if you have their contact info, just shoot them a quick email with that video. And then when you go in, and they open it up, they see you standing outside. They see, it's kind of a cool little thing someone could get. So if you're locally, like reaching out to businesses locally and it's cold, why not record some cool local videos with the picture in picture, around their business, maybe inside the business, and then you can send them to them. Maybe you have a suggestion depending on what you're selling. So this is a nice way to do that. You also, if you're at a live event, and you're with a bunch of folks, you could record everybody, send an update to your circle of influence contacts. You could also post it on social media. If you're physically with a client and you want to do a testimonial, just have them sit across from you, hit record. You're up in the top left, they're right there, and you're able to have a nice little combo that you can post to social. And you also have a recorded video testimonial. If you're sitting at your computer like this and you pull up a website, someone's profile, properties in real estate, article, all the stuff we talked about, I can sit right in front of my computer, hit record, and I just zoom in like this. And then I'm right on the screen as well. So there's a lot of cool things visually that you can do that people will be like, "Oh, that's interesting. I don't normally get sent things like that." So it makes a big difference. Now, in terms of when they get the video, they've got it and then they click on it. When they click on it, it's all about their experience right here. They're taken to a preset that we call in Dubb terms, but it's just our name for a customized landing page. So when someone does land here, they're going to see your logo, top left, the initial video you recorded right in the middle, playlist videos that will play right after this video that you've created. So the power of that is the initial video that you've created, you can really focus on that hook, like we talked about. You can focus on the value that you're bringing. Don't make it long. I'd say a minute or less. Sweet spot, 30 to 40 seconds, get in, get out. Now, you're going to have a video that's going to play after it, and this is pretty cool. If you record a video one time about you and what you do, basically your pitch video, minute, minute and a half, it will always play after this. So you can really focus on that hook. And then after will be the video about you and why someone should work with you. And if you do have video testimonials, really good spot to have them right here at the bottom. If you don't have them, I'll show you a way to get them in 1 second. Now, down here, you have your call to action buttons, your CTAs. What would you like someone to do after they've consumed this content? Do you want them to book a time in your calendar? Do you want them to reply with a video? Do you want them to email you back? Do you want them to download a document, a listing agreement, a contract, a guide? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want a link to an external form? Do you want them to check out a case study? Do you want them to leave your review? There's a lot of options you can have down below. We have a ton of different buttons, like the whole paralysis by analysis. But if you do have multiples, I would go in order of importance from left to right in terms of that. Now, if you want to get video testimonials, or if you have some and you want to get more, a lot of Dubb folks over the years have used this strategy where they'll send someone a video and they'll have that reply with video button that you see down there below it. So I could send a video to someone and say, "Hey, it's Rob. Listen, thanks so much for using Dubb. Would love to get a video testimonial from you. All you need to do is click the reply with video button below and let me know what have you enjoyed about the platform or whatever questions you ask. They send it back to you. You get a little notification inside of Dubb that you have a video reply, and then you make it part of your playlist, which is right here. And this kind of completes this nice little circle that's worked a lot for people over the years. Now, the last part over here is your AI assistant, SIA, your sales interactive assistant. And it's really cool to have it on the page because when someone lands here, They have questions maybe. Like maybe they're thinking about taking the next step, but they're not 100%. So over here to the right, you can have your FAQs. They can ask the AI a specific question. And when the AI gives the answer, it's going to push for your desired outcome. So in my case, it's booking a time in my calendar. But for whatever you wanted to happen next, that's what it's going to push for. Now, the AI is educated with PDF uploads. You can upload PDFs into the AI. You also can upload individual website pages, and it will physically learn what's in text on those pages. But the AI wants to give the correct info and keep the momentum going. So you end up closing those sales. Now, back here on these pages on the presets, the important thing to know about these landing pages, you want to have specific preset landing pages for specific parts of your audience. So if I was in recruiting and I worked with employers and candidates, I would want to have a preset landing page for the employer side and one for the candidate side. I would want the same thing for real estate, all those splits in there, buyers, sellers, FISBOs, expireds, residential, commercial, insurance, different kinds of insurance, same thing for mortgage, same thing for coaching and consulting, all those different industries if I worked with different industries. So when you do these different web presets here for the different parts of your audience, the audience feels like you're speaking directly to them. So it's really important. And when you get on a paid plan with Dubb, one of the first things the team does is they meet you in Zoom and help you set up this stuff. Get the logos in there, set up the pages, the buttons, all that good stuff, so you can get going right away with it. Lastly, all this is tracked. So did someone open the email? Did they click on any of these buttons? Did they interact with the AI? Did they watch the video? What percentage did they watch? So all of it helps you follow up in the best way you can. Now, as far as executing a lot of this, how do we record these different styles that I showed you? So this one right here, the webcam style, how do we do that? So inside the Dubb platform, in here, in the dashboard, right up here at the top is a giant red button that says Create Video. When we select this here, it's going to open up your webcam like this. Now, if I want to use the whiteboard, like you saw, the whiteboard I was holding up, just get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. It is Dubb app, Dubbapp. And when you do have it, here it is here, this little button right up here at the top, that little square button. When you select that there, that enables you to type. So all you're doing here is typing your hook. Type it, turn it, there you go. Mine's upside down. There it is. Just like this. Now, if you want to use the virtual background behind here, just go below, select virtual background. We have a bunch of stock ones down here, but I would go to your photos and then I would drag into here any of those screenshots we talked about that creates a little library for you. Choose the one that you want, put it behind you, and then you have it right here, just like this. And you just want to make sure you have a good ring light in front of you. It could be natural light, could be a combination of both. If you talk a lot with your hands, I would keep them within your shoulder range here so they don't go down into the soup right in here. And if you want to bring your whiteboard up, you can do a combination of both, like we talked about before. Now, every recording option with Dubb has a teleprompter option. So if you want to use a teleprompter, which is really cool for keeping on point, the words are right in front of you, you don't have to think about them. Just takes a little bit of practice, good for efficiency. If you want to use it, click right up in here, and then you can go right to scripting if you want to. So it says create new script. That'll take you inside the Dubb platform, drop a script in there, save it. You got to have a script saved in Dubb before you can use the teleprompter. You also can scroll through other scripts in here. You also can search for a script by title if you need to, and then just select it, and there it is right there. Now, functionality wise here is the speed between 1 and 10, not 1 and 10. You can adjust this up and down right here. Hit the play button here, see if you like that speed. Back the text off, or you can zoom it in. If you want to make changes in the script in real time, just select the pencil icon here, make the changes, click save, and you're good. From a physical perspective, for reading the teleprompter, I think about arm's distance away is probably pretty good. I let the words flow up into your eye line here at the top. So this is what this will look like. I'm going to bring my hook in here. I'm going to click the record button right here in the middle, and I get a little 3, 2, 1 countdown. Here we go. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and content, like connections, conversations, conversions. It's funny when you mess up on a teleprompter, which happens all the time. If you give yourself a beat and then go again to reset, it's pretty good. But we have so many good blooper videos of us, Ruben and I, doing so many videos, and it's just pretty awesome. I think we posted a couple of, but they're fun. I wouldn't redo one. If you just stammer for a second, Who cares? It's not a big deal. But if you're doing the words and it's totally whatever, just click the delete button down here, start over. Now, the red X down here will delete this video. It'll ask you, are you sure? If you want to pause and resume this video, it's this button right here. So click here to pause it, click here to resume it. If you want to save this video into Dubb, it's the blue check mark to save it into the platform. And if you want to close the teleprompter, just tap this thing right here and it closes. So this is a very straightforward way to communicate right from your webcam, whiteboard, virtual background, combination of both works really well. So I'm going to select the check mark right now, and that's going to save this into Dubb. Now, when the video gets saved inside the Dubb platform, it's going to take me to the video edit page inside here. The video edit page is where you can do a lot of cool stuff. So let me grab this video here. First off, at the top, you can change the name internally, the title of the video. Just make sure you click the check mark when you're done. You can preview what this video looks like on a landing page, right? Because the video has to live somewhere. So the little square button to the right with the arrow, if we select that button, it opens up a new tab and we're able to preview what this video looks like on a preset landing page. There are the buttons, there's the videos, there's the AI. Great, looks awesome. Now, if I want to change that, I can go right in here, go to this drop down, and see how it says Rob's preset with a check mark? That's my default preset. So whenever I record a video, the landing page that you just saw will always be the one that's attached to it, unless I change it to an already created other preset just by clicking on it. And then in seconds, it changes everything. You also have the ability to download the MP4 version of any video that you save into Dubb, which is really good for social media because you download the MP4, you upload it to the different platforms, and then you can just pop a Dubb link in there. Works really good. You always have a QR code for every video that you create. So you can use this for physical marketing if you're doing any kind of door hanger stuff or mail stuff, make a fun video for that. If you're doing an open house in real estate, why not have a little placard on the counter where someone scans it? Hey, thanks for coming to the open house. By the way, you can see similar properties below. If you're doing an in-person event, whether you have a booth somewhere in an event or you're walking around, you can create a video before. Obviously, it says, hey, it was great meeting you at the event. Click below to stay in touch, or whatever you want the video to say. You also can upload this directly to your YouTube channel if you have that. And we have some information down here. So analytics, this little tab right here, we have an AI coach called Kyra right here. So if you record a video and you click generate, it's going to give you some quick initial feedback on your delivery analysis, content, and visuals. Activity, which is right here. This is what we kind of talked about earlier. You're going to get information on what's happening. So you can really drill down on CTA clicks, email opens, video watches, all of that good stuff. This details tab right here. This is going to remind you of, remember, these are the buttons that you have below your video. This is the AI sales assistant you have on the page. And these are the playlist videos that are going to play after. And you can make changes here. You can delete or add anything you want right here. Now, if you had sent this video to someone where you emailed it or SMS'd it out or LinkedIn'd it, it's gone, right? But you forgot to make some changes here, or you just, you're like, hey, you know what? As I thought about it, I want to change a button here or change a video. You can do the changes now, even though you already sent it, and it will refresh on the other side. You also can select the editing tab. Now, the editing right here, you can hit the play button. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. You can drag your timeline to whatever you'd like to drag it to. Let's just say this is my first cut point right here. I can hit the scissor icon, split the clip in two, drag it or play it to the second cut point, scissor icon, and then whatever is highlighted in orange, I just hit the trash can and it's gone. And if I want to bring everything back, just click undo, 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 and you're right back where you started. There's also a design tab right here. And this is what I was talking about in the beginning, where when you hit record with Dubb, the first 3 seconds is your animated repeating preview. You can change that right here. So I can drag my timeline to a different part of the video that maybe I like better visually. And I can click generate thumbnail, and then it will generate it. Or I can upload my own thumbnail if I want to do that. But to be efficient, it's good to know when you hit record, be ready, and those first 3 seconds repeats. Now, we recorded a video. We have it on a preset landing page. How would we share it? We'd share it by opening up an email, and there's some best practices here. So we always want to have the word video in the subject line. It is the very first thing that someone sees. We also want to have a hook in here that we talked about at the top, right? Those hooks. Then we want a little bit of text in terms of why they should watch, and then we want to pop a video in here. So to drop a video in, you can do it in a couple ways. One, inside the Dubb platform, You can click the big blue share and send button right over here when you select a video. Put the email in so you get that nice tracking of the person you're sending it to. You can add a little personalization text if you'd like to at the top of the video. It's not, no requirement. You can if you want to. Click copy for email, and then it's just a copy and paste. Drop it right in just like this, and it drops it right in. Now you also can do this by a shortcut. So you'll notice this little Dubb button right inside of Gmail here at the bottom. In Outlook 365, it'll be off to the right in add-ins, but this little Dubb button is here because we have the Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder over here at the top. The reason that's there is because we Googled it, Dubb Chrome extension screen recorder, and we got it pinned up here. We're going to look at that in a second, but that's why that's there. So when that's there and pinned in, that little button is going to show up. When I click the button, I could record a video right here if I wanted to, or I can scroll through my video library and find the video that I want. So let's just say it's that one right there, and then boom, I just insert it in and it's ready to go. So you can either add it from within the platform or use a shortcut if you have Gmail or Outlook 365. Now, in terms of the Chrome extension we just talked about, this screen recorder right here, how would we do this? How would we record something like this? I'm going to use LinkedIn as an example, but this can be any website that you can be on top of within the browser, Dubb Chrome extension. Just Google it, three-step process to pin it right up here at the top, and then you're able to use it. So let's reach out to Ruben here on LinkedIn. So I'm going to click on the little Dubb button at the top. It's going to put me on the page like this. And then I want to think about three things when I'm first doing this. What is the size of my webcam, shape of my webcam, and placement of my webcam? So size-wise, I can change that by dragging the edge just like this, whatever size I want to be. I'm probably going to go here. I don't want to go too big because you don't want to cover everything. Then you want to think about the shape. Does the shape match the kind of aesthetic kind of feel of the page that you're on? Well, I'm going to stay in a circle because Ruben puts himself in a circle here on LinkedIn. And then placement. Where do I want to put myself? Where's a good spot? I'm going to go right up next to him, be right in his kitchen, right here. Now, I also can turn my camera off if I wanted to. So I can go right over here to the right. And if I just want to do an audio walkthrough of the site that I'm showing, I can do that. I also can just use my headshot if I wanted to do that as well. But I think, being live is the most effective. But if you are live, you can actually use a virtual background behind you as well. You can pop it right in here and you're able to do that. You have an annotation tool, which I'm going to use in a second, right over here to the left. You can use a teleprompter right here. This teleprompter is a little bit different than the one you saw before because you can physically move this one around, and you also have the ability to just go like this. You can grab the size like this and manipulate it. You can control the speed right here, up or down. You also can back the text off, or you can zoom it in. And I'm going to physically move this towards the camera at the top. Now, when you're doing that, you got to be careful because when you use the teleprompter, because the Chrome extension is browser based, you just want to make sure you don't go full screen in your browser because you won't be able to get to the teleprompter tab. So just leave a little bit of space. You can tap on it to bring it forward to be able to use it. Now you also have three orientations to record right over here. So if I click on camera, it's going to open up like a webcam. If I click on tab, it's going to be just a nice clean cut of the page that I'm on right now. It won't see any of the tabs that are at the top of the browser. If I go screen over here, it's going to get my entire computer screen. I would only probably do that if I was going to tell Ruben that I was going to take him on a little tab journey and I want to get the whole screen. But most use cases is usually tab because you want to focus on the page that you're on. So we're going to use tab as an example. I'm going to bring in my hook that we talked about before, right? Right inside here. And I'm going to click record over to the right, start recording, choose my tab. There it is. Click share, get a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and here we go. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. I wanted to reach out to you because I know that you're in technology. I'm in technology as well, and I wanted to have a quick chat with you. So I did my whole thing here, my hook, go over, one of these. And then after that, I decided I wanted to jump to full screen. When you do these recordings in general, whether it's on LinkedIn, Market Update, whatever you're showing, if you want to jump to full screen, it's a nice way to break the visuals when you want to make a point about something and then go back to the page. You can do that by taking your mouse and hovering over the bubble like I'm doing right now, double click it, and then just double click the page to go back. Or you can hover over here and click this little expand button, brings you here, and then click it at the bottom to go back. You can scroll around, be very free flowing. Whatever your style is, I would do that. If you want to hit the pause button, just hit the pause button right at the bottom. Stop the recording. And then when you're ready to keep going, just hit resume. And if you want to use the annotations right over here, use the arrows. Do some text on screen. You can do some numbering, putting things in order of importance like this. You also can do circles, underlines, drawing, whatever you want. And the annotations are great because you're pointing stuff out that's really visual and really important. So if you're reaching out on LinkedIn, if you're doing a market update, whatever you're doing within the browser on top of a website in your industry, this is a really nice way to point things out with the Chrome extension. So I'm going to hit the check mark at the bottom, and that again is going to save this video into the Dubb platform to the video edit page where we were before. Now, if I want to share this video that I just created with Ruben, how would I share it with him? So on LinkedIn, you want to make sure that you're connected first on LinkedIn. So I'd send them a little connection request. Most people connect. And when you're connected, all you have to do is click the message button at the bottom. And when you click the message button, you're going to be able to share a video like you see this right here with the animated GIF right there. Now, normally there is a little Dubb button inside there. I'm going to refresh the page so you can see it. Because like I showed you in Gmail, how there was a little Dubb button, we have an integration with LinkedIn. So as you can see, the little Dubb button is right down there at the bottom in the messaging center. Just click that there. Find your video like we did before. Just click insert, pops it in. Change the text. You can highlight this and change it to something personal. Click send. And then Ruben will get that nice animated preview. And it stands out way more than just the text messages. Okay, so the next screen recorder that we're going to look at is the Dubb desktop app. So all you have to do is Google Dubb desktop app, download it from Mac or PC, and then when you have it on your computer, your little Dubb symbol, mine is right up here at the top. Could be at the bottom if you're on a PC. I'm on a Mac. And then you can see the little choices you have right here. You also can click View Quick Menu, and it will pop up like this, and you have the choices here. But as a basic reminder, Chrome that you just saw is browser-based. Dubb desktop app is not browser-based. It can go on top of anything. So I'm going to click record screen, and I'm going to show you the differences and similarities in terms of what you just saw. So from Chrome to the desktop app, the bubble does all the same stuff that Chrome does. The annotation tool does all the same annotations. The teleprompter, similar to the Chrome, that it moves around, but it's different in this regard. When you do select one here, you're going to notice that the first option over here is auto track. Auto track is voice recognition. So if I hit record and I start reading the script, it's going to go at my pace, which is pretty cool. Now, if you don't want to use that and you like the scroll speed instead, like the last two teleprompters, just tap that closed, and now you have the ability to go up or down with the speed, just like you did before. So it's either auto track or it's auto scroll. You have that flexibility with the desktop app. Also, in terms of recording, the borders of what you're recording on your screen, right down here at the bottom, there's a red slash through this square right here. What that means is if I hit record right now, it would get my entire computer screen. If I get rid of that red slash by clicking on it and I click my drop down, now I have a bunch of choices in terms of what I'm recording, the border of what I'm recording. Right now it's on landscape. So as you can see right here, all I have to do is just put this on top of whatever I want to put it on top of. Whatever's inside the blue lines will be part of the recording. And this is landscape ratio for YouTube. You can change this to custom if you wanted to. This is pretty cool. You can crop around anything that you'd like to crop around. So you can get very specific in terms of what you want to show. You also can change this to portrait. So from my desktop, if I want to do a social media video in the proper format, I can change it right to this and then just put it on top of whatever I want to put it on top of. Now, lastly, the recording itself, how is it different? Well, I'm going to hit the red record button at the bottom, get my 3, 2, 1 countdown, and now I am recording. So I can pause and resume, just like we did before with the Chrome. That's the same. The difference here is the check mark. So with the webcam and with the Chrome that you saw previously, when I select the check mark, it saves it into the video platform to the video edit page. Not the case with the desktop app. When you select the check mark here, it's going to open up a preview window. And here is the clip that I have just recorded. So the desktop app is a clip recorder. So what we're going to do is we're going to record a few clips. We're going to merge them together into one video, and then we're going to save it into Dubb. And the reason that's pretty cool is because you can drag and drop videos from your computer. So if you have MP4 files that you want to make part of the story, you can drop them right in here. You also have the ability to keep recording with 3 different creative choices down to the bottom left. The icons down here, the one all the way to the left says record screen video. That's what I just did. So how would I continue recording? I got one clip. I want to keep going. I'm going to choose the record screen option down to the bottom left, that icon. I'm going to click it here. And it's basically going to bring me right back to where I was. And I'm in the same format that I just recorded. I could have pulled up a different tab, a different video, a different background while I did that. I could have done that. And then I hit record down here. Same thing, 3, 2, 1. And I am recording in the same recording my screen format. Hit the check mark again below. And there is my second clip that I've recorded. And I can physically move these in any order that I want. I can tap the three dot menu and download or delete each individual clip. So I keep the one I like, get rid of the one that I don't. The middle icon down at the bottom left is the webcam icon. So if I want to record a clip that looks like this instead of a screen recording one, this could be my welcome to the video. This could be, hey, listen, I want to talk to you about something. This could be thanks for watching. But it visually looks different than the other ones. And again, I can place it wherever I want. The last option you have down at the bottom left is what's called Dubb Narrator. Dubb Narrator is pretty awesome. We use it a lot where it can play a pre-recorded video on on top of anything you want. So imagine I was sitting in front of my webcam and I'm doing a market update. And I sit in front of my webcam and I have my teleprompter and I just deliver to camera everything about the market. I then save that video inside of Dubb. It's in my video library now. And then I pull up the market update website or doc or whatever I have. I click narrator video option at the bottom, and then it takes me to my video library. There's the video I just recorded on the market. We'll pretend it's this one. And then it just puts me right on top of whatever I have on my page, like this. And when I hit record, the pre-recorded version of me is going to do the talking. Hi, this is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video. And all I have to do is just scroll around, use the annotations. I can just relax while the pre-recorded version of me does all the work. And then at the end here, when you're ready to merge all these clips together into that one video and save it into the platform, you can select the upload button to the bottom right that will merge everything together and then save it into Dubb. Or you can select the edit button to the bottom right, merges all the clips together, but before it saves it, it gives you an editing option. So just like the editor that I showed you earlier inside of Dubb, this one does the same thing. You can do a little edit before you even save it into Dubb. And then you can download the MP4 before if you want to, and then you can upload it into the platform. The only time I've downloaded the MP4 before is if it was a really long video that I just want to make sure I had the file for before I uploaded it. Other than that, I usually just click upload. Okay, so the last recording type that we're going to look at is going to be the mobile app. Now, the mobile app is just like the desktop app in the fact that it's a clip recorder. But, you can't take the desktop app with you. So, mobile app does a lot of other cool stuff. Cameras are great. So, let me show you how this works. So, you're going to get the Dubb mobile app on your phone, Dubb app, Dubbapp. And when you have it for Android or iPhone, here's the home area of the app right here. You can see the video library right here in the middle. We're going to record a video. So down at the bottom, there's a blue camera icon. Tap that there. And then when you first get the mobile app, you are going to be defaulted for 1 minute of recording. So you can slide it to other specifics down here. I always put mine over on 10, and then it will be sticky. Every time you open the app, it'll be on that, and it won't cut you off. To record, all you have to do is tap the circle at the bottom, and now I'm recording. You can see the timer on the button, and you can see the timer up here in my eye line. If I want to pause and resume this recording, you have that option right over here to the left. And to end the recording, just tap the circle. And there is the clip that I've just recorded. Just like the desktop app, clip recording. And this clip has been automatically downloaded to my phone. So if I need it, it's in my photo video area if I want it. I'm going to hit record one more time just so I have multiple clips in here. There's my second clip. And I can physically move these just like the desktop app. I don't have to go chronological. I can take my finger, hold one for a second, and then I can slide it. So I can change the order whenever I want to. And if I tap a clip individually, I can delete, trim, and if I select edit, this is where I can add some stuff. I can add some royalty-free music if I want to. We have a whole library of stuff. Just make sure that you play it back and make sure that music doesn't overwhelm your audio. And then you can do text on screen. So this is where you can add that hook we talked about and I showed you in the beginning. Put the text above your head, different font, different color, move it around the screen, wherever you'd like it. You also can do a voiceover, a little voiceover icon right here. So if you're doing a property walkthrough in real estate and it's super loud with construction, get the visual you want, run out to your car, do a little voiceover, you can do that. You can do a voiceover on this clip, or you can do a voiceover over the whole thing at the end. You also can speed up the action of clips. So if you have a motion one where you're kind of moving around something fun, you can 10x it if you want to. And you can do burned in subtitles here on this clip, or you can do burned in subtitles at the end if you want to do that. Now you also have this. Let me just reshare here so you can see this. You also are going to have icons that have other abilities inside the app as well. So right over here to the right, hold on, let me get out of here. It's frozen. Hold on. These icons right here, what do they do? So if you select the tooltip at the top, it's going to give you the functions right here. And then just tap the tooltip again to close it. I always have a 3 second countdown timer on mine. You can do the countdown timers here, 3 or 10. Three seems like just the right amount of time when you hit record. Three, two, one, and you're ready to go. You can do a 10-second one if you want to. It'd probably be good if you maybe had like a wireless mic or you're doing kind of a walk thing where you want to time it. So it gives you that longer option if you want to do 10 seconds. You also have this button right here for video stabilization. So if you are doing a walk and talk and it's a little bouncy, you can select this button here. You can do low, medium, or high, and then it'll take it from this to smoothed out like this. You also can do the teleprompter, which is right here. Teleprompter opens up here, grab your script like we did before. Here it is right here. You can adjust the speed up or down between 1 and 10. Hit the play button. Make sure you like the speed. If your eyes are not staying at the top where they should be and they're looking for the words down, increase the speed or move the guardrails up like this. So now you look down here, there's no words. You got to keep your eyes at the top. And if you go landscape, just adjust it like this, and the script will adjust to landscape if you're doing a YouTube video or you want to just do a landscape video. You also can edit it right here with the pencil icon, make any real-time changes like we saw before. And if you do have an iPhone, this is an option for you right here. If you select the gear icon, you're able to do auto track, which is voice recognition. So when I hit record here, the words will highlight as I speak like this. What if your most powerful growth tool, well, it looks like it's a little bug here, but anyway, normally it highlights and moves. So you have that option as an iPhone if you want to be able to do that. Tap the gear icon, auto scroll, or auto track. And then to close the teleprompter, just tap the X to the top right, and it closes. Now, if you recorded a video outside of the Dubb mobile app and you have it on your phone and you just want to make it part of the story here, what you can do is just select the folder button right here. It'll take you to your photo video area. Find the video you want on your phone. It says, do you want to add it as a clip? Yes. And it will drop it right down here and then physically take your finger, move it wherever you want to. If you want to record your screen, it's this button right here. If you want to use filters, this little button right here to the right. Filters gives you black and white, skin smoothing, different kind of color gradations. You can kind of make your way through, see what you like and just record with that. Picture in picture is what I showed in the beginning. Really cool. It uses both cameras on the phone and it records what's in front of you and it puts you on the screen as well. So you can move around like this, make yourself bigger, smaller, zoom into the background. All of that is an option. Last button down here to the right is for a virtual background. So you can take screenshots on your phone of the things we talked about earlier, take it here, puts it behind you, and next thing you know, you're recording and you got it right behind you just like that. Now, when you're ready to merge all these clips together into that one video, all you have to do is tap the blue button to the top right, this one right here. It'll merge all the clips together. You'll have a finished copy on your phone of the finished video, and you can then upload it directly into the platform just like this with the blue upload button, and that will save it into Dubb. Now, you also can do sending from the mobile app. So if you're in the mobile app here, let me reshare this, I'll show you. When you're inside here and you're in the home area of the app, you can do this. See how the video library is right here in the middle? Just select the video you want, click the blue share video button right in the middle, click copy for email, copies it to clipboard, paste. Click copy for SMS, copies it, paste it into an SMS. Or you can tap the icons to the top right. The block icon is for email, the paper airplane icon is for SMS. So you can do that for sending. Now, if you do have within your sphere, your tech stack, if you have a CRM that you really like, that you've always enjoyed, maybe you have like a HubSpot or you have a Salesforce or you have a Go High Level. We have a lot of different integrations with those CRMs and third-party senders too that you can see right here in this list. So if you do want to keep that tech that you have and you have those workflows and everything, and you just want to add video, you can totally do that. If you want to use Dubb as a CRM, though, you can as well. You can come right over here to the left with CRM, upload your contacts with a CSV file. You can do tasks, deals, tags. You can do bulk sending within Dubb, email and SMS. You also can do automation, which is part of our Pro Plus plan where you can do drip sequencing. That's really cool. If you signed up for Dubb, you probably saw our drip sequence of about, I think it's 12 or 13 emails that we have. Now, lastly, inside the dashboard here, I mentioned Auto in the beginning as your AI guide. You can ask Auto any questions related to Dubb. So, how do I use the Chrome extension? How do I do this? How do I do that? All of that will be answered by Auto. You also can ask Auto strategy questions like, hey, what are the best 5 videos to send in insurance that I should be sending? It can give you those strategy answers. The best way to use Auto is this little button right over here, this little profile icon. When you select this here, notice how it says basic and sales. So imagine I'm in real estate for a second and I work with buyers and sellers. Remember how at the beginning of the training we talked about individual preset landing pages for different parts of your audience? This is the same thing right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a buyer profile and a seller profile. And when I do, all I have to do is just answer these questions and the AI will learn about this part of my audience. So when I want to do a writing, whether it's email, a video script, social media post, whatever it is, and I'm going to do it for my seller audience, I want to make sure I have seller confirmed. So when I tell Auto to write something, Auto is going to remember everything about that part of my audience. So when I come in here and tell Auto, hey, listen, write me a video script about blah, 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 it's going to take into account everything about the audience. And then Auto is even going to ask you when it's done giving you the script, would you like to save this into scripts inside Dubb? Yes. Then it will save it inside the platform. You load it into a teleprompter and you're able to deliver it. It's a really nice kind of workflow that you can get into that's very, very efficient. Now, as far as referrals, if you love Dubb and you get using Dubb and you want to share it, click the Apply Now button over here to the bottom left under referrals. That's going to create a 30% recurring commission referral link that you can share with folks. The 30% doesn't go away unless we stop getting paid, obviously. But if you're on a paid account right now with Dubb, and you know 4, 5, 6 professional people, invite them in here to the training. Share that link with them because you get 4 or 5 people at 30%, you got a free account with Dubb, and you can go well beyond that. So we're super supportive of our partners in terms of that. Now, also during the week, we have 3 things that we do. So every Tuesday, we do a Dubb founder coaching meeting. The founder coaching is with Ruben and Darius. It's 11:30 a.m. PST. It's on Tuesdays, and if you're part of our Pro Plus plan, you're able to do that. So if you haven't been in there yet, I just dropped in the link in the chat. They have their own curriculum. They have a little form you can fill out called Open Mic, where you can talk about your business and they'll give you advice in and out of the platform. So if you're on Pro and you want to upgrade to Pro Plus, just send an email over to support at Dubb, and then we'll give you the best deal to upgrade if you want to do that. If you want to jump to Pro Plus or Pro, you can drop an upgrade into the chat here or email support at Dubb. We'll give you the best deal we can to get you on a paid plan. But that's every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. PST with Ruben and Darius. Every Wednesday, we have one based on real estate. So if you are in real estate, it's every Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. PST, and that's just focused on that. On Thursdays, we have a webinar at 11:30 a.m. PST that is just focused on Dubb partners. So that's whether you want to sell Dubb directly, indirectly. We go over strategies, all that good stuff. So that's kind of our TV/webinar lineup that we do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In terms of learning with Dubb, there is a little icon right inside here that's good to show, and I'll show this to you right now. Inside the platform, right up here at the top, go over here to the right under here under training to the right. There's a little secondary link right here under training. That's our Dubb Academy library. Tons of videos right in here that are all labeled to learn from. You also can go to our Dubb support right on YouTube that I put the link in earlier. Darius and I are on here. Ruben's got some videos as well. All the titles are in there in terms of what the subjects are about, and you're able to learn what you need to learn. So, but at the end of the day, it's really about what is your hook? What is your use case? What is the technology that ties into that? If you mostly want to show things on your screen, do screen recordings. If you want to say that quick hello to someone with a referral introducing yourself, webcam's great. If you're out and about and you're doing things locally or you want to use picture in picture and show some stuff, mobile app. So those are all just practice type things. Once you start doing them, they become a lot easier. Okay, so let me pop over here and let's see who we have hanging here still. Anybody have any questions? Anything on their mind? Let's see. Let me come over here and see anybody that's left in here. Anybody have anything they want to ask? Any comments they want to make from anyone? Dave, I know you and I chatted at the top, my friend. I know there's a lot in there, but did you kind of understand kind of what I was talking about a little bit in terms of the use case, especially with the local stuff? Dave, if you can hear me, okay. Not sure if you can hear me, Dave. You can unmute if you want to. If not, I get it. If you're busy on the other side, that works. Um, Anybody have any questions before we go? Anything on anyone's mind before we head out? Going once, going twice, going thrice? Anyone? Okay, well, look, if you want to send us a test, I put that in the chat earlier. Feedback at Dubb when you're first recording. Send us a video. We love to go through it, give some feedback. It's always a way to learn. It's kind of a cool thing to be able to be very collaborative on this stuff sometimes. Support at Dubb.com if you have any questions on the tech. Again, if you're on a free trial, send the word upgrade over to support at Dubb.com. We'll give you the best deal we can. And if you're on Pro and you want to upgrade to Pro Plus, email support with upgrade. We'll do the same thing for you in terms of a good deal. So. Everyone, thank you so much for coming in and happy Friday, and we'll see you on Monday. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Take care, everybody.